Hello! We live?
We're live.
Oh wow, okay. That was quick. Okay.
I just need to say every week. So first off, hello, welcome to our stream podcast, fun D&D times. I'm Claire, and normally we have somebody else to my oh no, to the direction opposite to the place. I listen. I
To the place where
can't
where
to
I
the place where
normally.
you are. Normally
Yeah.
someone else is there, aka normally Michaelie is there. But that's not Michaelie. Why did you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Marc. Um, and I am the local resident other D&D person that they hit up, that Claire and Michaelie hit up to join the stream and stuff. I've been,
Yeah, you go ahead, keep going.
Oh yeah, so I guess for how long I've known y'all and how long I've been playing D&D, oh geez, I met y'all at this point like 2017 in college. Yep. And yeah, it's just been, we were just in this theater Oregon doing a whole bunch of fun stuff, but it wasn't until March 2020 when a group of us all decided to play D&D together. And so
so this is Marc. Michaelie was unable to be here today. I love you so much, Michaelie, but today I have the whole brain cell and I'm not getting rid of it. Because I need it, because normally Michaelie runs our tech stuff, and I feel like I've just had 5 cups of coffee, and I don't drink coffee.
So, you feel powerful.
A little unhinged, so the power might not be great, but
I managed to learn a whole bunch of stuff throughout this past week, and she did an amazing job.
And I have all of the power. I'm running all of the tech. I can see it. I feel wild, and like something chaotic might happen, so I hope you're ready for that. But in case you've never tuned in, this is our podcast. It's called And Dragons. We, this is wild. I feel like I should say I. But Michaelie's
You and Michaelie.
So, Michaelie and I love Dungeons and Dragons. We love story building. Listen, Marshall, I have never had coffee before, so I don't know what the metrics are.
Oh geez, chat. I have a second screen.
It's fine. It's totally wonderful and great. But yeah,
Simone
so we awesome. We know that character creation is intimidating, so we want to walk through it and make it easier to build characters and story build and that sort of thing. So every week here on &dragons, we roll dice for all of our decisions on building a character, because we don't like to make decisions. Because who likes to make decisions if you have dice, especially if they're as pretty as Dungeons and Dragons dice.
I personally love making all my life decisions on dice rolls.
Me too. The fact that they sit next to me at my desk means that I sometimes will feel indecisive and will roll a dice just to see. Because then, even if it's not the decision that I wanted, then I figure out what I wanted. But with characters, there's so many options and ways to customize stuff, so we're just rolling dice all night long over here.
All night.
Yeah, real quick, I know I'm saying a lot of stuff right now, but just to go over some quick disclaimers. I still don't know if they're necessary, but here we are, being super careful, excessive, whatever. So, first off, not affiliated with Wizards of the Coast. I actually have, I recently bought some source books, which is wild for me because normally I just do everything online, but we're not affiliated with them, the company that made Dungeons and Dragons. We're in our 20s. We're not the same age anymore, Marc, are we?
I am 24 at this point.
Yep, no, everyone hates me still, because 23, but you're likable now, so either way,
that was the best part of turning 24.
Honestly, I can't wait until I turn 24. No, I take it back, I'd rather not. I'm okay being unliked.
Oh my god, Claire.
I'm so full of sarcasm right now. I probably don't mean anything I say except for this disclaimer, which is Dungeons and Dragons is a fantasy game. There are some more violent themes occasionally because part of the game is combat, and part of story building is having more dynamic reasons to go adventuring and not everyone who goes adventuring is happy, so there might be some heavier themes. Just FYI, where we might curse occasionally, just because that's how we talk sometimes. This is a fun, casual, safe space, though. So feel free to comment and chat and interact with each other, because we're all friends here. Welcome, friends. If you don't know us, we're actually friends now. So congrats on that.
Y'all are here.
Exactly. And just be kind and respectful because you should. Because. But yeah. I feel like I've drained. I'm now on 4 cups of coffee. I'm not actually, because I haven't had any coffee, but I feel a little more mellow now.
Are you tilting slightly to more hinged? Only slightly.
Yeah. The door was in danger of falling off 5 minutes ago, but now it's great, and we're all gonna have a good time, I hope.
We're all here. I'm looking, so I have this stream up on another screen, and I didn't realize it records your direct footage, because on the stream it's mirrored. It looks for you for the stream, it looks for you how it looks on your screen, because normally when the things are going out, they mirror the different stuff. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Does it look, is it bad? What is I'm so confused by what you mean.
So I'm looking at your screen right now, and for me, it looks like the red, is that flagpole?
Is this a flagpole?
I don't.
Is this flowy thing a flagpole?
Oh, it's the scarf. It's the scarf. From the way it was situated, I was but no, for me that looks
normally it's on the other side. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, you're right, because I have my oh, is that gonna, wow.
I don't think it's a big deal, but I just didn't realize that was a thing.
Yes, it's because I'm running the tech. So this week actually is probably a different view than normal. Oh my gosh, is my son normally on the other side of me?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's bizarre. Well, yeehaw.
That's how it goes.
That sure is how it goes. Wow, that's. I could have changed that, but here we go. You get to see from my perspective, the unhinged perspective of. I don't know if that makes a difference. Is that why I'm a little unhinged all the time?
Because you see yourself unmirrored?
Yeah. Is that?
I almost feel I feel weirded out whenever I see myself unmirrored like this. I don't know. That's just me. Because I'm so used to looking at Zoom and just seeing this screen as a mirror. But then I look at other people's output and how they perceive me, and it's just why am I moving in this direction? Why does my face look like that? Maybe I just don't want to be perceived.
Oh, wow, what a theme. I agree. Being perceived, not about it.
Nope.
Not
my about it.
Thing. Did Michaelie and I also make a stream podcast thing where we knew we'd be perceived? Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. Do I want to be nope, not at all. That's true, Marshall. That's the trick.
We came here to be amorphous blobs.
Yes, we came here to build a character and therefore not focus on ourselves, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, so Claire, what are we doing today?
So we are rolling for a new character. We're gonna walk through the mechanics of what's necessary. If anything is confusing at any point, if we have any people who've never played D&D or building a character for the first time and want us to expand on something, please, like, shout out in chat so that we can take a second to talk about a thing. But yeah, so we're gonna be rolling for a character, and the first thing you need is what's called a character sheet. We have a character cheat, which we're gonna transition to.
Hold on. Oh, wait. So yeah, Claire, let's do the thing, because we did a little tech stuff yesterday. And Claire, let's get ready for the transition music for how we did it yesterday.
Oh, trying to remember what that is. Yes. Okay, ready?
You do the melody, and then
I'll
well, no, you
something.
do the melody, and then I will sing lyrics.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I understand Michaelie so much better now. Okay.
You got this. You got this.
Go. Do 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 do.
We are arriving on the character sheet now. We are here. We're going to the character sheet. We are going to make a D&D character.
Wow!
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that. Michaelie, if you're watching, you're welcome.
Yeah. If our audio's not synced, tell me now so I can fix it, because this audio syncing I'm just gonna It was synced a moment ago, but if it's not synced now, I will attempt to fix before we continue on, because I know that can be frustrating.
We'll fix it in post. Also, it sounded synced to me, so that's all that matters.
Does it appear synced? Is it not synced? I can. Oh!
I think
yes.
she was talking about the. I think
Good.
she was talking about the.
Yeah, she was. I was. That's what our transition will always be, simply because at least two people told us not to change, and that is enough. That is the professionalism you get here on anddragons. And if you'll look now at this new layout we have, oh, good. Thank you, Simone. This is our character cheat. It's a shortcut version of our character sheet. There's a lot of stuff on here. We're gonna walk through all of it. And it's just, we have two of these pages, because we're focusing on a certain order. That's why you only see some stuff here. But yeah, do you wanna get started, Marc?
I'm ready. I got all my dice here. I rolled.
Amazing.
I tried to attempt Michaelie's ritual for how she rolls dice, and basically, I think my dice are ready.
Oh, great! Did they do well? I still don't know what it means for this if they do poorly, but
about half of them did well, and because I'm co-host today, I'm gonna say that because half of them did well, we're gonna like half of the things that we roll for this character today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. All right. So, just to. My brain. Oh God, the brain cell. Come on, man. Stay with me.
You got this. Bring it back to you.
So, wow, it really just, my thought just. Did anyone else see it leave my brain? Because I swear it just left. Doesn't matter. So first order of business is that we're rolling a level 3 character, because as we're getting to the class stuff, what our character does, the cool stuff, the more specified flavor stuff for the backstory building is determined at least by 3rd level. So that's the main reason why we're building a 3rd level character. A lot of adventures require you to build a 3rd level, but you'll also maybe be asked to build a 1st level character. But it only really changes a little aspect of later on. But still, just an important shout out. That's our intention. But to get started, Marc, let's roll on our table, the great character table that Michaelie made.
Character table.
So we're gonna start with.
I have access.
You do have access to it. Doesn't it look absolutely insane?
It looks. Oh my god, yeah. It's I don't want to call it like a cork board with like the red strings all over the place, because that's not what it reminds me of. But it looks very organized and very good.
Amazing. I'm very glad. Yeah. All right. Let's jump right in. Let's roll for what our character's race is going to be.
All right. That is D100, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I rolled a 61.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is what Michaelie does. The thing that I'm doing today. And Marc is doing what I do, which is the rolling. And what?
I saw what 61 is on the race thing.
Oh.
Let's go!
It's a tiefling.
Yeah.
Marc, why are you so excited about the fact that this is a tiefling? Tell the world.
Oh my god. Okay. So tieflings are D&D's equivalent of demon people in D&D, and they are often depicted with like the horns and then the different color skin, usually having red skin, but there's some variants of like blue or purple skin, and honestly a D&D is a game where you can just do whatever you want. So, but yeah, tieflings are just known to be pretty cool for people like me and Michaelie.
All right. I mean,
You played a
tiefling. I've made a tiefling, but she did think she was an elf, so.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what that's about? Aside from the fact that she's a child, and she actually, the chaos energy I'm feeling today is pretty similar to the chaos energy that the tiefling that I have made, which is a child. It's pretty close to the same, I'd say.
You've aged her. We did a one shot, and you aged her up though.
I did because this tiefling character, her name's Tilia, and Michaelie was also in these one shots that we did with these characters, and we decided our characters were sisters, like orphan sisters. Not that was tragic, or at least for my character it wasn't tragic. It's just that they ended up being like found family sisters. And we played several games with them being yes, with Simone as well, being children, and that was a whole danger time because children are small and so early in their adventuring career. You don't want stuff to happen to them. It would be really sad. But we played some one-shots later, and I love her so much that I could not retire her from use, sort of thing, because I love playing her so much. So she was 18 in the next one-shot that I played her in. And I will continue to age her up because I love her that much.
There till the end of time.
Absolutely.
Also, really quick, with Simone being in our chat, I just wanted to say that Simone is actually our DM for a lot of the different D&D and TTRPG games that we play. So thanks for stopping by. And you're awesome for introducing us. For introducing us on a regular basis to D&D.
Honestly, very thankful, because where would we be? Not here.
Mm.
Not here. But to get back to tieflings, so some stuff, right? Feel free to jump in, Mark. But I'm looking at a little bit about tieflings, which the source book's available totally online. You can find information anywhere. You just look up the thing that you're looking for, and 5e, because 5th edition. So you could look up tiefling 5th edition, and it would come up real quick. Or you could have a source book like this one. I have one now.
Hey.
Wild.
What?
Did you not know that I had one?
Oh, when'd you get it?
In the last month or so. I just felt
Oh my gosh.
strange.
No, yeah,
I just
that.
felt strange, you know.
It looks so much like this one.
Yes, it does. It does. So you can either have a book, or you can just look for stuff online. But looking at online, I can see that for our ability scores, as a tiefling, we get +2 to charisma. So I'm just going to make a little note. I knew this chaos would happen, so we're just doing a,
You're muted.
extended... Oh, I'm muted? I am? Oh my gosh. I'm not muted anymore, so you can all hear, hopefully. This is the longest transition we'll ever have while I'm feeling chaos times.
Chaos
so
times.
Gonna jump back to our regular output real quick while I work out my connection issues. But, Mark, if you would like to tell us a little bit about tieflings in the meantime.
Yeah, so just some basic facts about tieflings here. Their charisma usually increases by 2, but that's just on a general basis according to Player's Handbook. They age about the same rate as humans, but live for a few years longer. And they're about the same size and build as humans, medium size, walk speed 30 feet, and they got some dark vision. I think there are so many races that have dark vision. I think humans are the only one I can think of that don't have dark vision. I'm sure there's plenty more, but a lot of races out there have some pretty good dark vision. And the base tiefling from the Player's Handbook has hellish resistance. They're resistant to fire damage. I think for this one blue tiefling I know, they have resistance to ice damage because they got and they have blue skin as a kind of like that's what you come to expect. And they can speak, read, and write Common and Infernal. And when it comes to tieflings specifically, I don't know if you've done this on stream, but we might actually get to roll the sub races, or at least possibly decide what different bloodline this tiefling has, because there's a whole bunch of different bloodlines that tieflings have that basically determine what kind of inherent spells they might get, or what kind of spells they might get, and what other ability score increase they might get.
Okay, Get ready for the longest transition that you've ever seen. I'm just getting you ready for it because
I'm ready.
Because of all of the like Wi-Fi issues, I'm gonna have to do something with just the transition scene on. So bear with us. I'm gonna give this transition as a solo to Marc. So
This means longer transition song. So
yep. So
I'm ready.
just go ahead and get ready. And yeah, we're just gonna cross our fingers, hope it all works out. So we're gonna take that transition on a go right now.
Are we?
Oh, this is your solo.
This is me. I thought you were gonna do a melody, but I'm here singing the transition song. We are going to the character sheet. I didn't realize, but I am here. Claire's here, and we are all here doing the transition song into the character sheet, and hopefully it is here today. And we are going to the top of this character sheet with a tiefling whose bloodline we will decide today. Are we going there? Are we getting there? Who knows? Who knows how long this song is gonna be for? And maybe we're here?
We're here! Oh my gosh, wow! Listen.
You're welcome, audience.
Hope you enjoyed that, because I know that I did. Absolutely.
I hope y'all enjoyed that performance. I was ready for 100%. I was 100% ready for.
Wasn't that a beautifully prepared?
It took me like all month to write the lyrics for that song.
You know, I figured that was the case. Because, you know, what else are you going to do during the summer other than write a transition song that you find out that you're going to have to use at a moment's notice in a stream that you didn't even realize you'd be on until recently? You know.
We're here.
Absolutely. I'm just going to take some quick notes. If you want to tell us, Marc, about... If you've already mentioned this, I'm so sorry. Have you already told us about your tiefling, Marc?
Oh, no, I haven't yet, actually. So, yeah.
Hit us with it while I fill in this information that we already went over.
Yeah, for sure. So, I've made a tiefling warlock back in the day. Maybe, actually, it's coming up on a year ago. Man, Claire, we've been playing D&D for a year.
That is, you know, it's been all things
considered,
a good year. That aspect of my year has been the best. So
exactly.
I'm happy.
But yeah, I have made a tiefling hexblade warlock, and her name is Tabitha, and she's super awesome. And she initially had the quarterstaff because we started at like level 1, but when it got around to the time of, because like at some point hexblade warlocks get this ability to where they can summon any weapon they want. I believe that's the case. Yeah, they get to summon any weapon they want, I think. And then so I basically made my tiefling hexblade warlock get to carry around a greatsword all the time, and it was super cool and awesome. And yeah, as far as her backstory, it was kind of all over the place. It was the second regular D&D character I ever made. For my first character with this group, I had made a Goliath bard, and that was super fun. But my point is that like when you're making your first D&D characters, your backstory might not be. I mean, I look back on those backstories I made for those characters, and kind of, sort of wish I did other stuff instead. But I mean, it's your first characters, so it's like, as long as you're out here making characters and like you're being creative and stuff, that's what it's about.
That's absolutely true. And I know you mentioned this. We are actually going to roll for our sub race for Tiefling. So if you can roll me a d12.
Ah, okay. Good old D12. Let me find it. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. That is a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
All right. Listen,
All right,
I
okay.
can't pronounce anything, but I believe that's Balzabo. Balzabo?
Balsable. I believe that might be a turn of phrase on Beelzebub. Just
I
in
think it
D&D
is.
speak.
Yes, I think it is. So the difference with all of the different sub races for Tiefling is that if we had gotten a different one, we might have had different ability score modifier additions. But luckily with this one, it's the same, +2 for charisma and intelligence. Let's see.
We know
For this one specifically, we do have dark vision,
Mhm.
which means that we can see in dim light within 60 feet as if it's bright light, and then in darkness as if it's dim light. I don't think that was listed on the other one, so dark vision. Fun. Feels like most characters will have that, except for maybe
humans.
humans.
Were you thinking of it?
Yes, I'm trying to see if we did have feral tieflings as an option. Do we have winged? I don't know if we had winged on here.
Oh, did we include feral winged?
Feral's
yes.
included, but winged.
Feral is on here, but
some things are not on everything just because of the mass amount of source the mass amount of source material that there is. There are so many things that people have created more of, and sometimes it's hard to catch everything as you're like looking for stuff. But we do still have hellish resistance. But for instead of infernal legacy, actually this is a correction because we're doing a different subrace.
We got the legacy Maladamini.
Tell me what that is, Mark.
Yeah, so for the Balzable, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. For the Balzable, the Beebs tieflings.
The Beebs.
Yeah.
The Bowels.
Yeah, this legacy lets us know the thaumaturgy cantrip, and because we're level 3 right now, this actually applies. When we hit third level, we can cast the Ray of Sickness spell once as a second level spell. Yeah, we can get to cast that once per day. And then once we reach 5th level, we can also cast Crown of Madness spell once. And then, yeah. So you must finish a long rest to cast these spells again with this trait. And then Charisma would be our spell casting ability.
Amazing. And we still have Common and Infernal as our languages that we know. Amazing.
Also, Simone. Yeah, amazing. Simone, thank you for the correction for Pact of the Blade. I believe it was for getting to choose any weapon you want. That's just an option for warlocks of getting to choose your weapon. But yeah, I had that for my Hexblade Warlock, and it was fun carrying around a greatsword.
I love it. All right, next up we're gonna roll for our background. So
background.
Can you roll those clickety clacks, please?
Sure can. Let me D100, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh geez. Oh no, it fell off.
Tragedy.
Okay, I got a 55.
55. Okay, that's a folk hero.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like that's the one. 8 or 9 times out of 10, I feel like everyone's used that background. I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
true, but it just with talking to people, I feel like that one comes up a lot because
Mm-hmm.
it's not that it's an easy story device considering background, but it makes sense. Like you were a hero in your town, and then now you're moving on to bigger things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder. I wonder what kind of accomplishments our tiefling has made.
Yeah, that's something to consider. So remind me, Mark, about why the background is important, mechanically and story wise.
Yeah. So basically, it's the you had like a good point of like I also feel like I also hear about the folk hero background being like a common thing that people tend to use. As far as like uh as far as some mechanical stuff, this basically means we'll have proficiencies in animal handling and survival. We'll get to choose one type of artisan's tools. Um
Ooh, wait, hold on, slow down. So the the background gives us, you're right, these mechanical things. It also it's what you were doing before you started adventuring.
yes, that's what I was missing.
Yes, yeah. So before we joined a party or went on a quest or went out into the world to do stuff. I don't know. Is that what adventurers are? They go in the
Went
world and
out
do
onto the
stuff?
world to adventure.
Exactly. So before we went out into the world to do adventure and all that shit, um, we were a folk hero. So mechanically, we get a couple of skill proficiencies, which we haven't really talked about. These like yellow bubbles, those are the ability scores, and the things below them are the skills associated with that ability. So I'm just gonna highlight the ones that we have proficiency with. It means mechanically we'll get a bonus for those. Um, and it kind of also helps you understand like the flavor of your character. So for folk hero, like Marc was saying, we get proficiency in animal handling and survival. So we're in the outdoors.
We're in the
And it's
outdoors.
a great time out here.
We're
Um,
basically that whenever singers talk about trying to make it out of their small town and like complaining about their small town, but this is in the sense of like our tiefling managed to do something heroic for their small town. And now they feel like they're ready to just go out there in the world.
exactly. And some other things. I think I cut you off a little bit, Marc. So why don't you tell me about those tool proficiencies and
Yeah.
equipment?
Yeah, so for the tool proficiencies for folk hero, there are one type of artisan's tools, and we're proficient with land vehicles, which
Ooh, wait, I hear a decision. I hear a decision. Oh man.
a decision.
Yeah. Oh boy, I totally Michaelie, I don't know if you're here, but boy.
Boy, howdy. Wait, so
Roll me a d20.
okay.
Mhm.
For
Mhm.
boo, 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 that's a 10.
All right. We have jeweler's tools. Our artisan tool is a jeweler's tool. All right, all right.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's not like I don't know if it's small town because we were able to our tiefling is experienced enough with jewelry and
Right.
is able to do some different stuff
And we
with that.
have Oh, and we have to you mentioned we have proficiency in land vehicles. I'll be honest, when you said vehicle, I thought car, and that doesn't make sense in my fantasy world, so.
Who would ever put
But
cars in a D&D campaign?
There's actually 5 different kinds, so why don't you roll a d6 for me, and we can figure out which land vehicle we have proficiency in.
I rolled a 3.
Ooh, we're proficient in a chariot.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Why are we okay? See, and these are things maybe you don't care about when you're making your character. That's fine. You don't have to do every little tiny bit, but we are using all of these little bits to add up to a story. So.
I'm almost imagining like, this tiefling started off as just possibly a chariot driver.
Maybe
a chariot driver for a noble. And
okay.
Our tiefling is like part chariot driver and part jeweler, which is why they're proficient with like jeweler's tools. Maybe they're an apprentice. Yeah, maybe they're an apprentice to a jeweler or something. But maybe our tiefling was going around on the pilot. I was about to say piloting the chariot, but just like driving the chariot around.
And that's something to consider as we keep moving. Maybe it's totally different than that, but good thing to consider. It looks like for equipment, we get another choice of artisan's tools to have. So we have proficiency in jeweler's tools. We could either roll for what tools we have, or we could just say that we have jeweler's tools because that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna be proficient with them already, it's like.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have jeweler's tools.
Yeah, we also got a shovel, an iron pot, a set of common clothes, and 10 gold pieces.
Iron pot, common clothes, amazing. And 10 gold piece. Alright, and another thing that we have here as a folk hero is that we get a feature called Rustic Hospitality. So since we came from the ranks of common folk, we fit in with them with ease. That makes sense. We can always use like a group of commoners as a place to hide or like go ask them for help, and generally will be accepted by them unless we've shown that we're a danger. So that's cool. I feel like the feature is something that I don't always look at, but it's a fun time.
Really quick, Simone said basically Anakin Skywalker, and I was sitting here for a minute thinking when Anakin Skywalker was a chariot driver, but then I remembered episode 1 with the pod racing.
Oh my gosh.
So this is now pod racing.
We made a character a couple weeks ago, our kobold warlock. She feels like Indiana Jones. She just just is basically Indiana Jones. So we're making our sweep on the accidental movie references with these characters, and I'm glad we have Star Wars now.
Now we have our Star Wars representation in your D&D world.
Absolutely. Okay, so another thing that we get for folk heroes is we get our suggested characteristics, which is, again, you don't have to use them, but they're definitely fun if you're trying to figure out what kind of character you have and that sort of thing, and how to play them, that sort of thing. But before we get to that, as a folk hero, we have a specialty, which is the defining event that happened that, like, makes us a folk hero. So if you can roll a d10, Mark, we'll figure out what that one is.
D10. Let me go find it. Here we go. Okay. Rolling D10 for a defining event. That is a 2.
A 2. Okay. I saved people during a natural disaster. All right.
I think their chariot had to do with like saving people. Maybe the natural disaster.
People.
Yeah, natural disaster happened, and our tiefling was saving people left and right and riding the chariot. Because normally
we are an amazing chariot driver to the point where natural disasters not a problem for our chariot.
It also means the either horses or other cavalry on the chariot were loyal enough to stay. Because I almost feel like horses would get like horrified in a natural disaster like that. But not our tieflings. Not our tieflings' horses.
Yeah. That is absolutely true, which makes sense because we have proficiency in animal handling. So we're good at calming our little horsies down.
Exactly.
All right. Oh yes, we did add names and pronouns to the stream. Michaelie and I were talking last week, and we were like, our name's just on the first page, so what if somebody comes later and they're like, oh, who are these hooligans? What are they doing? So we added our names to this overlay, and then pronouns are important, so they're on here.
Were your names really only on the first screen?
They were, and it seems like it looks like it fits, and it's supposed to be there, and it was always there, but it really wasn't.
I didn't even notice, but like, hey, good on you for adding it now. I mean, they were here the whole time, like you were saying.
They were they were here the whole time.
The entire time.
No changes at all.
Nope.
I'm still oozing sarcasm today. It's fine. We're having a good time.
How far? Where are you on the hinge scale right now?
On the what?
On the hinge scale of like
on the
unhinged
how hinged
versus
am I? Okay.
Yeah.
So the start I was unhinged. Somehow the hinge has been reattached. But I think now what's the next stage if the hinges are back on and the door is closing? That doesn't make sense to me.
If the hinges are back on,
I think someone needs to screw them in. There's still if someone swung that door open, it's still a danger that it would fall off. But I'm less concerned about it. Now the door is on this is a great
This is an amazing metaphor.
It's a great metaphor.
I'm here for it. If someone someone just needs to tie the screws right in place. But otherwise, you're just
tie the screws.
Door. Yeah.
Yes. With in a knot.
Or in a knot or some tape.
Oh, okay, tape. Oh yeah, no, tape is. I tie all my screws on doors with tape.
Doesn't Michaelie say this stream is held together by duct tape and?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe I don't feel secure enough for duct tape though, so it's just regular tape. I think. Yeah, I'm loosely hinged. Thank you, Marshall.
Loosely hinged.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, we do have a different guest today. Subbing in for Michaelie. This is Marc. They are wonderful and amazing, and we are building a tiefling folk hero thus far. Which, speaking of, we're getting to the suggested characteristics. So, first up for that is personality trait. So, can I have you roll a D8?
A D8. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Let me see. That is a 4.
A 4. I have a strong sense of fair play and always try to find the most equitable solution to arguments. All right, so our personality trait is that we're fair and look for equitable solutions. All right.
If we're a chariot driver of a noble, maybe we're used to calming down our noble friend. Maybe our noble friend is spoiled and tries to argue their way through everything. But our tiefling is like, no, calm down. We need to let's just figure this out. Let's chill out.
Absolutely. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. It's a good quality. I'm vibing with the personality trait.
Mhm.
All right. For ideal, can I get a D6? This will also tell us part of our alignment. So, here we go.
Oh boy. 1.
A 1. Okay. Our ideal is respect. People deserve to be treated with dignity and respect.
Wow. Okay. That almost, yeah, that pretty much goes along with what I was thinking of for this. We got a respectful chariot driver on our hands,
Yes.
possibly serving a noble.
And that means that our part of our alignment is good. So let's roll a D6 for alignment.
Alrighty,
The
alrighty.
other half.
That is a 1.
A 1. So in the player's handbook, which is the original source material for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, it suggests that tieflings might be a little more evil leaning, which of course is only, I feel like it's only comes in if you're maybe trying to build something super fast and you want to follow that, but really you can do whatever you want, because it's your own character. You can do what you want. But I think it's fun that we're lawful good. The most
Let's go.
The most good of all of them. If there's
Got
a
a
most
lawful
good.
good tiefling. They're a respectful denizen, making sure that everyone gets their fair share. And they're folk hero. They saved people from a disaster.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow
We'll probably
all
answer
of
this
these...
question.
You go ahead.
We'll probably answer this question later, but I'm wondering in my head what disaster it might be, because my mind immediately popped to hurricane, but maybe we'll just see the more we write this character.
Maybe that's because we've seen a lot of hurricanes around.
Oh, okay. There's a subconscious thing.
It's the area.
It's the area.
Yeah. All right. So next we have, or the last two suggested characteristics we have are bond and flaw. So let's roll a d6 for bond.
We'll roll different d6. It's a 1.
It's a 1. We love 1s, and here they're okay.
The only time.
Oh, I like this one. Okay, it's I have a family, but I have no idea where they are. One day I hope to see them again. Searching for our family.
Were they just raised by the noble family? And,
I don't know. See them again. So we could take that to be like they've seen them before.
Oh, yeah.
And this is their family, so maybe, I mean, it could be our like blood family, but it could also be like maybe just the people who raised us that we lost touch with that aren't related to us. Or maybe it's like, depending on how old we decide to be, maybe it's like our found family that has disappeared and we know that they exist, but I don't know. I'm excited. Oh, that's not how you spell family.
I know. A lot of different possibilities here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what the downside is. What's our flaw? That's another d6.
Alrighty. D6. That's a 3.
A 3. Oh my gosh, this is so contradictory. This is contradicting. The people who knew me when I was young know my shameful secret, so I can never go home again.
Oh no, that makes so much sense though. Maybe it's because when they were a child, they did something awful, and then that's why they had to run away. Remind me what the family thing exactly says again.
The bond?
Yeah.
It's I have a family, but I have no idea where they are. One day I hope to see them again.
Oh.
And then our flaw is
what if
that the people who knew me. Okay.
The people who knew me know about my shameful
Ones.
past. Maybe, ooh, maybe this tiefling accidentally did something to send their family to a faraway place. Maybe they're messing around with magic too much, and they did like the wrong spell, so it like sent their family away. And then the people around them were like, the people around the tiefling were like, "Why'd you do that?" And they started shaming them and stuff. So that's why this tiefling had to run away.
Oh my gosh. I want to find out. Okay.
Oh
Let's
man,
see.
I feel so bad.
I gotta know. So, okay.
That's why they want to be a folk. That's why they wanted to be a folk hero in that situation.
That's why. Sad.
Because they wanted to
man.
save.
Okay.
They wanted to save their family.
Let's roll a D6 to figure out what our gender is or our pronouns are.
Thank you, Marshall. This is in fact still Anakin. I'm realizing. I rolled a 5.
A 5? I'm looking at my brain's non-binary, baby.
Ooh, okay.
I love it.
Nice.
How do we? Okay. Yes, amazing.
Wait.
Amazing. What?
You said D6, right?
Yes, I did that on purpose.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Some of these, Michaelie has some things that are 3 choices as a D4, but my D4s love me, so they roll 4s a lot. So instead of having me re-roll every time, she just changed some of them to a 6 and spicy.
We're spicing it up.
I was gonna say, Mark, do you think we should roll for the second half of this pronoun to see if it's do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say, why not? Just to kind of like, because there are a lot of people out there that are comfortable with like different pronouns. So
exactly, yeah, and I mean, you are a perfect example here.
Exactly.
Is that it's not like there's no. We have 3 options for pronouns, but really, it's if you wanted to play this character, you could make them literally whatever you want. So maybe
also it means rolling more dice.
That's so true. So give me another D6.
D6. Okay, let me do a rainbow dice just because. I rolled a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look at that. They, he.
Y'all, have I inserted myself into this game?
Yes.
I am here.
Yes. Does anything feel familiar? Have you been feeling a kinship to this character so far, Mark?
It feels familiar, but not too familiar.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay. Next up, we're gonna roll, and we need your help here. We're gonna roll for the first letter of this lovely tiefling's name. So I'll need a D100, and then we'll need your help to pick a name.
D100. Watch it be A. Watch it be A. A or M. Ooh, I rolled a 98.
An A would have to be a 1 through a 4. A 98, though. A 98. Oh. Listen, Michaelie, I don't know if you're watching. I keep saying this as if she's here. She's probably not. I protest all of these. Pick any. But because it was a 98, we can pick any name. So this
does it mean we should roll again?
No. Michaelie says pick any. So chat, give me any name. Give us any names.
Oh man.
Absolutely any.
Are you just gonna like
The
just do a
sky is the
blank?
limit.
Are you just gonna do a blank space for the name right there?
Oh yeah, I'll do. Well, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'm just gonna put question marks so that we know that we need a name.
Yeah. That works. Be little
Amazing.
baby is the first
Amazing.
suggestion.
We are gonna go crazy, go wild. Put as many name suggestions as you want. We're gonna come back to those in a bit. Just to give you time to give us all your suggestions. Okay. So next up, we are going to roll for our class.
Oh boy.
So this is what we do. Which it's gonna be a D20.
Ooh, a D20. Okay. I'm gonna have my rainbow dice here. Let's see what happens. 11.
11.
Yeah.
A sorcerer.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
okay.
I know very little about sorcerers, so I'm very excited. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I've built sorcerer characters, but I've yet to play them in the game yet.
What I can't spell. What sort of sorcerers have you built?
Ooh, actually wait, I have played a draconic bloodline sorcerer in that one shot we did when you played older Tilia.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. I built the.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's all different like kinds of ones for different options. I think I was just going through a whole bunch of them to try to see which one I liked more. I like built them up to like level 5 without really thinking of like backstory or anything. I was just building different ones to be like, what kind of spells could they learn inherently?
Right. Yeah, I feel like that was if we hadn't rolled for an artificer, I feel like I would have done that at some point because I am curious to know what the spellcasters I've never played before have, or like the classes I've never played before have. And this whole podcast, sure, that's another reason why we're here. But so before we get into sorcerers a bit more in depth, we're gonna deal with these yellow bubble things. Our ability scores. The bubbles.
Which,
so
by the way, I just need to come on here and say that the little numbers with the modifiers, they go in the big bubble. That's all I'm here to say.
Thank you. And if you don't know what Marc means, you're gonna know in a second because I am also. If you're supporting me, is that what you're saying, Marc?
Yeah, the like +1, +2, those goes in the big bubbles.
Okay, so we'll explain that in a second. What that means.
Yep.
But Michaelie has a different opinion, but she's not here, so. Okay, so our proficiencies as a sorcerer for our saving throws, which is what we're best at as a sorcerer of the ability scores here, the 6 at the top, is Constitution and Charisma. So I'm just gonna put which is perfect for us. We already have some bonuses to Charisma there. And
there we go.
Yeah, so these are maybe the things that we want to put higher numbers in because we're already going to get a bonus from being our class. So it benefits us to have them higher.
Yeah, it'll make us do better where it counts, like combat and stuff.
Exactly. But yes.
Really quick, Marshall had made a suggestion of for pronouns. I think you had already done this, but Marshall said you could do a D6 for pronouns. 1, he, him. 2, she, her. 3, they, them. 4, he, they. 5, she, they. And then 6, any pronouns.
I like that. I'm gonna make that change because I totally agree with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like it. Wild. Okay.
It's pretty good. Thank you for that, Marshall, even though you're wrong about the numbers.
Good
I think Marshall
suggestion,
is a big
but also,
big bubble person.
yeah. Okay, so we are going to do the most confusing part for me at initially, which is fill out these numbers and these little bubble guys. So there are three ways. There's probably more than three actually, but there are three generally like most used ways to put the numbers in the little bubbles to determine what your ability scores are for these top six, what the modifiers are. Um, there are two that we're not doing, so if you want me to explain those, I can. But the one that we're doing involves rolling dice because that's what we do here. That's what we're doing,
Rolling
and
dice is
it is
fun.
exactly rolling dice is fun. It's I guess known as 4d6. Would you say? I don't know if there's a different name, official name for it.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if there's an official name for it, but I just do the. Are you thinking of the 4d6, then subtract the lowest die?
Yeah. So there's also standard array and point by. We're not gonna worry about those.
And then
4d6k1.
yeah,
Seems
46k1.
yes.
Yeah, I think that's it. 46k1. And then I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
there's also I think you already did this, but it's like if the numbers all add up, like when you roll everything and then you get the different numbers, the different totals, if they add up to less than 70, you just roll everything again.
That's a good addition that my dice could have used the other week. They were rolling so poorly.
Yeah,
But
just
but
so
this
you don't
time,
give yourself like 9 strength, 9 dexterity, 9 constitution, just so you don't give yourself super low stats.
that's true.
Just like kind of make sure. Um, that's just a rule that you could do
Yeah.
to make sure. Yeah, have
Yeah,
them
and
all
this is
add up
also
to
one of those
70.
things that you would ask your dungeon master, your DM, the narrator of the story, of the world that you're playing in for whatever character you're making. But we're gonna do 46. So Mark, if you wanna go ahead and roll 4d6 and take out the lowest and give me the total.
Alrighty, all right. Boop, boop, boop. That total is 9. Oh man.
Yeehaw. And we're gonna do this 6 times.
Let's go. Oh boy. Ooh, that's higher. That's 13.
All right, and keep in mind, a commoner like regular baseline is like 10. That's like the average
Mm-hmm.
of abilities. So we're a little under, little over right now, with these scores.
Ooh, okay. That is 10.
10. Yeah.
I'm not having high hopes for this.
No, give support your dice. You have to tell them that they're doing a good job, and maybe they could even do better.
Ooh.
In the kindest way.
Ooh, that is a 15.
Okay. Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Amazing.
Oh god. Stuff is falling. Okay. That is 11.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. I believe in you. Okay. Ooh, that is 13.
13. All right. We have our 6 scores. Okay.
What does that add up to if you wanted to do?
Ooh,
Did you want to do?
Do we want to reroll everything? Let's see.
Yeah, just see what those totals are like.
What is the
So you add all those up to and make sure whether they're less than or higher than 70.
71?
Oh, really? Exactly?
71.
Oh, okay.
So we're good to go. All right. So let's see.
Was 15 the highest?
15's the highest.
You gotta go in charisma, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what our what our constitution is used for as a sorcerer.
Oh, I mean, is that not the
used for anything specific? No, charisma is our spell casting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's
and then we get constitution proficient in constitution saving throws as a sorcerer.
Right. Okay. So then do we want to put, let's see. What's our 9 gonna be?
Our what? Oh, 9?
Our 9.
I guess in strength, right? Because we don't really... Oh, wait.
Well, I feel like maybe strength or dexterity?
Because, like, sorcerers, I think, can learn mage armor. And, like, mage armor relies on dexterity. I don't know if you want to consider that. What are the other numbers?
So we have 2 13s. I'm thinking one of them should go in wisdom. And maybe the other one in constitution. And then we could put the 11 in intelligence. So that would be 12.
Yeah.
Does that seem good? I'm gonna just write those in.
You said, yeah, go ahead and put those in.
And then we have a 9 and a 10. So we have... They're not super different, but one of them would be negative. Strength.
Personally, if it were me making this, I would put the 9 in strength just because of mage armor. And just to explain mage armor really quick, that is a spell that sorcerers and wizards can learn. And sorcerers don't normally get like leather, or they don't usually wear armor. So the spell mage armor allows them to have an increase in the armor class to basically make them harder to hit. And then the spell mage armor, it makes the target's base armor class 13 plus its dex modifier, which I think would only be 0 if the dex score was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think 0 is better than -1.
Okay, you've convinced me. I feel like we've made so many weak children, but this is good.
No, but the point is we have to, like, this is how they get to grow as adventurers. Because I mean, you can't just start off an adventure being super strong, can you? You gotta have some room to grow.
And now I'm just adding in those numbers from our race from earlier. And now we're about to do some math. Yeehaw. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks for those points. Those corrections in chat. All armor besides heavy is based on dexterity. And so default without armor is 10 plus dex. And so yeah, the spell mage armor would basically allow you to get some better armor to be harder to hit, which is what sorcerers and wizards should have.
That's very true. It is very easy ability to dump. Which by dump we mean put the lowest number in. But let's do our modifiers real quick, or slow, whatever pace. So as I was mentioning earlier, the base is 10. So that's 0 for your bonus. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put 0 in our dexterity in the correct bubble, which is the large one.
Exactly.
But if we're going to do a different number. So let's pick 12 because it's even and it's a bit easier. We just take 12 and we subtract 10, the base, and then we take that number and divide it by 2. So our modifier for 12 is going to be +1. And because all of our other numbers are odd, they're odd, we're going to round down on the number. So that means that 13 is basically the same as 12, which means that those modifiers will also be +1. On the flip side, our 9 is an 8, so that's going to be a -1.
Sad.
Because we're not very strong. And then 17 will be a 16.
Which is interesting.
+3.
Which is interesting that they drove around a chariot all the time. I guess it's like, I guess they were dexterous enough to, maybe they were an average driver, but the adrenaline managed to pump in during the disaster.
Maybe
so that's
we
why
were that. I don't know the. Well, because it's a chair. I'm thinking of chariot and carriage as the same, but they're not the same. They're very different. But yeah, you're right. It does take some. Probably dexterity and strength to drive a chariot. So it is quite interesting that we are...
Maybe they wore themselves out.
Yeah.
Maybe now they're retired from being a chariot driver.
Yeah.
And now they want to explore their potential with magic.
That's true. That's a very good point. But before we get into that, we're actually going to take a 10-minute break, just to grab some water, run to the bathroom, snacks, sort of thing. So again, sky's the limit on this name. So feel free to send more amazing names. But yeah, we'll be back shortly.
It could be called Anakin. You could have another Anakin Skywalker here.
I don't know what the law says, but it's more original than this.
Annie Walker Sky.
Yep.
It's fine.
Okay, we're gonna take 10 minutes, but we'll be back. So see you then. Hello,
Hello.
friends. I hope you got some water and snacks if you like snacks.
I got enough water for everyone here.
Oh, yeah, for everyone. Okay, pour me some, please.
Okay. Glug, glug, glug. There you go.
Satisfactory. Thank you. Okay.
Satisfactory.
You may be thinking, that sheet's less crazy looking.
Wait,
yeah,
Claire.
Words.
Claire.
Yes?
That sheet is less crazy looking than from before break.
Thank you, Mark. You're right. Absolutely, without a doubt, it's different. The reason is because we're moving on. We're moving on to our class information and class features and traits. And never fear, the other sheet's still here.
Damn, there
but
it is.
We are moving right along. So don't be worried. But before we get to our names, which again, last call for names. The sky's the limit today.
We've got quite a bit.
We rolled a 98, so that means we can do whatever names we want. Before we get to that, though, we're going to fill out the rest of these sunflowers. Which means our armor class, our hit points, and our initiative. Because initiative is the easiest to fill out. It's just... Initiative is basically how quickly you spring to action in a combat or other type scenario. So that's our dexterity. So in our case, that'll just be +0. Because
we have an average, I don't say reaction time, but like when combat is sprung upon us, we're just like I guess we react the way a normal person would?
Yes.
Not somebody who's like combat ready, but or I don't know. Maybe 10 is just the amount of dexterity one needs to be combat ready.
Yeah, that's true. Mayhaps. But we get +0. So we're not particularly quick. But let's also do our hit points, which we've only ever had the hit dice of a D1, what everything is. This time it's different, but not in the way you want it to be. It's a good old D6. So
oh man.
We are super squishy.
Yeah.
So
being magic caster, I expect that.
Exactly. I don't know what to say. We as a sorcerer, we got magic from a event in our past or from an ancestor. So we innately have arcane magic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we do magic, but that doesn't mean that we're anything less than squishy. So
yeah.
But at first level, we have we get the max amount on our hit dice, so that's 6 plus our Constitution modifier, which means we start with 7 for first level. Second level, though, I need you to roll a d6, Mark.
Let's go. Let's roll this. Oh, jeez. I rolled a 3.
Okay. 3. So we add our Constitution modifier to that, so that's 4. So we're at 11.
Mm-hmm.
One more time.
That's a 2.
D6, the dice, they know when they should fail you, and even though now's not the time,
I mean, hey, we didn't roll a 1.
If we rolled a 1, we could have re-rolled it though, Mark.
And then
A
we
2
could have
is
gotten
a 1. A 2 is a 1 in this situation.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that'll be plus 3 because we added our Constitution modifier. So a 14, which I could be wrong, but I feel like that's maybe the lowest. Is it the lowest? I'm not sure.
14 total HP.
Yep.
Uh,
Out of all
I mean,
the
what can you do?
characters.
You know? I mean, we're a ranged person, so it's like,
That's true.
why would we want to go up there in the forefront of the fight anyway?
Yes, absolutely. So we need to do our armor class, which if I'm... Do we have armor? I don't... I'm
I don't
trying to
think
double check.
sorcerers. We start. Yeah, I don't think we start off with armor.
So we've got... Oh, this is so sad. We've got a 10 for our armor class. Because without armor, it's just 10 plus dexterity. And our
Yeah.
dexterity is 0. Yeehaw.
We have a 10 for our AC.
We are. So... We're not gonna go down. We're so good. No one ever needs to worry about us.
I guess the next best one could be like, and the next best AC could be 11 or something, based off the numbers that we rolled for our sorcerer friend.
I mean, not everybody has to have a good strong.
Not everyone's able to have a good strong core from being a chariot driver.
Yeah, we're so deceptive. Who would think that we're a chariot driver? No one.
Maybe
One
no.
guess.
What if we're literally retired from being a chariot driver? What if we drove around the chariot for so long that now we're only just now getting in touch with our magic side? Like that's why we're adventuring.
That's true. You know? And we'll
What if they don't even see it?
More.
What if they don't even see it as adventuring? They see it as just traveling, and then there's some bad people out there. That could also be a thing.
If we get, hold on, I'm looking at our names now because we need to pick a name.
We do need to pick a name.
There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 14 name choices.
14. Okay.
So let's do you want to read through those, Mark?
Yeah. So reading through the chat, we got a whole bunch of different names. We got Beazel Baby. It's a really good one. Angeline. Boo on that name, but anyway. We got Cariel, Idolus, Nikana, Tom the Tiefling. We got Muddlethorn, Mannequin Mywalker. I really like that one. Got Cain, Abel, Seth, and then Goodus as Chariot. So yeah, those are all the different names we got.
Do you have any favorites, Mark?
Oh, I mean, I don't want to fall into bias here with Mannequin Mywalker, considering the backstory we already have on our tiefling friend compared to other movie characters. But yeah, those are just some of mine. But did you have favorites?
Some of yours? You only mentioned one.
Okay, there's the Beazel Baby is very good.
Okay.
Yeah. As a serious, also, Tom the Tiefling would actually be an amazing thing to go around as.
Do you think it's? I mean, it kind of sounds like if people make assumptions about us being a tiefling before they meet us, and then they're like, "Oh no, it's just Tom."
Aw.
It's pretty
It's
fun.
just Tom. Yeah. Tom the chariot driver. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Because last week last week was our literal child, but the week before that we had Curtis, cut from stone,
Right.
which is such a good name.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think about if the fact that there are so many letters is throwing me off.
I know.
It's great.
Have you done the any pick any for a name before?
No.
Oh boy.
Because this is where we run into issues. We have to
Choose.
make a decision and choose. Okay.
Wait, didn't we? Are we not gonna roll for it?
Listen, Chad, if you want to suggest 6 more names, reasonably, we will roll for it.
Yeah, 6 more names. 6 more. Make sure they're different from the ones that.
Yeah, don't just say the same.
We can't just have like Anakin Bywalker or Anakin Skywalker. None of that. But yeah, we could just let that.
The vibes are gonna be Star Wars for the rest of the night. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know less about Star Wars than I should.
Bar 2 B2.
What is the source of someone who has like the Force? You know what I mean? That was a terrible rhyme. I hate that I said that, but
What is the source of someone who?
Yeah, what's the source of the Force? Tell me.
According to, well, hold on, because it depends on your mythology here. Because according to the prequels, the Force is in these little molecular things known as midichlorians, which Star Wars fans everywhere have rolled over in their graves with me having said midichlorians. But those are basically like the molecular count of how much of the Force you have within you. But the rest of the movies define the Force as like literally what is around us, and like the Jedi and Sith are able to shape that into their own will, and like it's this more of this mystifying thing around them. So it's almost like our tiefling sorcerer is able to sort of will the forces of magical reality around them into the different spells they have. But I would almost call Jedi more wizards because they have to train to use the Force. Although I guess Anakin was a sorcerer because he had a high midichlorian count. This is a very weird tangent.
No, it's great. I love it. I'm here for it.
Weird Star Wars tangent.
These feel like joke names, Simone.
Thank you for mini calorians. Calorins.
All right. I say we just roll. See what we get. Roll a d20. If we don't, we'll re-roll.
Let's just see what happens. Oh, that's a 17.
17? Okay.
Yeah.
Which direction should I count, from the top or the bottom?
From the top.
Okay. 1.
Oh, cool. I just see Marshall putting 3 more names.
I don't know which of these that Simone put are
I can count it then.
Star Wars. You count, because I realized I was like, I don't know which of these are.
Which of those are real?
Which of them are
okay,
real?
We got 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boo, boo, boo. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7.
What is it?
Okay.
I reserve the right to roll myself if you have an opposition. We can narrow it down to 2 if you want.
Do you count Mannequin My Walker as a real legitimate option for a name? I'm not. No. I'm not saying that was the choice. Cause like,
I know.
If you count it as real or
sure.
not.
Yeah. Even though I will say mannequin as a name is suspicious coming from Simone.
If you're counting mannequin, the count to 17 is now mini colorns.
So mini could
mini,
be.
Yeah.
Like the name Mini.
Yeah, Mini the tiefling. Okay. Mini colorns.
Okay. Let's I know, that's why I pointed it out, Simone. I had to say that it was a notable. All right.
Notable suggestion.
That's what. I'm gonna.
Simone in the chat said, I forgot my brand is mannequin based when she suggested a Mannequin My Walker as one of the names. This is because Simone played a monsters character in Monster of the Week, and they were literally a mannequin. A walking, talking mannequin going around hunting down monsters.
Yes. The second I said it out loud, I realized the connection. I'm gonna roll a d20 as well, because I want to see if we have like a double name or something like that, because I like Mini.
Okay. Yeah.
JC Penny, cute. That is a natural 20. My dice love me, and I don't put them in jail, and that's why they love me. That's all I want to say.
Oh, you just threw that out there.
I did. I gotta say it. Which I guess is it the last? Did Marshall give us 20, or was
I think so. Yeah.
An
Jedediah. Are you counting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I kind of like.
What you thinking?
I'm just gonna write both those names down, but I wonder if there's something in our story of maybe we use one name for a certain time in our life and a different name for a different time in our life because of the family thing.
Right.
But let's not dive into that just yet. I'm just gonna write down both of them.
In a space somewhere. Mini /
we will come back
Jedediah.
to
Jedediah. Question mark?
Oh dear, I can't. All right, I have thoughts, but we won't dive into it just yet. All right, so
yeah.
Sorcerer, let's learn about that. And to start, we're gonna actually go over some proficiencies that we have. As we well know, no armor proficiencies. None. But we do.
Yeah.
Could you tell me about the weapon proficiencies we have, Marc?
Yeah. So we're the different. Yeah. So our good old tiefling sorcerer is proficient with daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. While you're writing that, I just want to say, one of our friends in our D&D group, they were a warlock, and I think they had one time, they were going around eldritch blasting people all the time, but then one time I think they decided to pull out their crossbow. I think this was in the final dungeon, where they're like, I'm gonna pull out my crossbow now instead of the eldritch blast I've always been using.
It was absolutely a surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise attack for sure.
Yes. All right. So we don't have any tool proficiencies except for the ones that we have from our background, which is a jeweler's tools, which are jeweler's tools.
Oh man.
But we do get 2 more skill proficiencies, so I'm gonna zip back over here to our skills. And what?
So, with Jedediah being one of the names, that means
they're
now Jedediah.
I'm gonna.
We can't go back.
I feel like I got. You got me. Oh my gosh.
Nope, you can't erase it. If anything, I would want Jedediah to be the name that they go with now. Now that explanation there. Yep. They left the life of Minnie behind.
I can't believe you're right, it is a good name. I'm just... It's like when someone says, "Oh, do you see that paper up there? Do you see what it says?" And you look up and it says gullible. Even when it's digital.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now.
Yep.
I'm not saying...
We got got. It was a really good got, though. It is a good name. I agree.
I agree with... I'm just...
we got duped.
I was like marinating on thoughts, and then now I'm just like... My brain said Jed. Maybe they go by Jed. I don't know. Okay.
Or Jedi, maybe. Jetty.
Listen, to be fair, we did decide a couple weeks ago that Elvis Presley is a archfey, is an archfey in our world, because he just is. He absolutely is an arch. You should be proud, Marshall. And so our character was a faceless, which that's a background that gives you a persona. And so we decided that the character's name was Elvira, and the persona is called Dresley. So we made a character named Elvira Dresley. So I really shouldn't expect anything less. Which now that I'm saying that, this is actually great. So thank you, Marshall. This is just
Jetty. We got good old Jetty, bloodline of Beelzebul.
Yep.
How do you pronounce that? I'm gonna look it up.
Listen, I'm not gonna claim to know. But in the meantime, while you're looking that up, we have 2 more skills that we get to choose, which no choice here. And I don't think we get the skills. There are 6 of them. I don't think we have any of them from our background, which is cool. So I'm just gonna roll a d6 real quick. I'm gonna roll 2 d6 actually while you're looking that up, Mark. Oh, great, 2 different numbers. Okay, so that means we have Arcana, which is great for us. I feel like maybe we might use that. Persuasion, which is also great because we're already very charismatic, so I love this. This makes sense to me. It makes a whole lot of sense. Did you figure it out, Mark?
D&D Wiki says Beelzebul.
Basil?
Yeah,
Bull?
Yeah. Well, like Beelzebul.
Oh, I thought you were saying basil and then like a bull with horns, you know?
Yeah. Oh, the horns. And I looked them up.
I kind of want to call it basil bull now. I know that's not right.
We can call it what we want. This is our world.
It's absurd and it's good.
Beelzebul, he was known as the Lord of the Flies because his webs of intrigue were so tightly woven that not even flies could escape. And for his character art for third edition, he looks like a giant slug with a shell and like arms.
Wow,
yeah, it's not pretty.
Slug guy. Okay.
Yeah. Slug Lord. Oh man.
Okay. That's fun.
That's where
That's
that's
fun.
our ancestry.
Okay, cool. All right, so coming back to our sorcerer buddy over here. Can you roll me a D4?
D4. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, that is a 1.
Okay, so that means that we have a light crossbow with 20 bolts. That's one of our starting equipment.
Okay. I mean, yeah. With us riding a chariot, with us driving a chariot around, I guess we wouldn't necessarily need like a big melee weapon. We just want to pew pew.
Yeah.
With the crossbow bolts.
Exactly. And we also need to determine whether we have a component pouch or an arcane focus. So another D4, please.
Okay. Let me get back into it. 4.
A 4. Roll me a D6 to figure out what the arcane focus is.
That's a 3.
Okay, so we have a rod. That's our arcane focus.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's just typical. I guess it's your typical kind of arcane focus.
Yeah. Trying to.
Longer than a wand.
I was trying to see if it would give me a description of what exactly it means when it says rod as opposed to like a staff or something like that, but that's fine. We don't need
the midway. It's a
it's a halfway staff. It's like between a staff and a wand, maybe.
Yeah. Wand is the venti. Nope, venti's the largest. The staff is the venti.
Okay.
And then rod is the. Hold on.
Are you saying this without knowing what all of the Starbucks sizes are?
So wand is tall. Wand is tall, and then the rod is grande.
Mm-hmm.
And then the staff is venti.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good.
I knew that off the top of my head.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. We have a rod as our arcane focus. And roll me another D4 to figure out which kind of pack we have.
D4. Okay. We got a 2.
We have an explorer's pack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, we're a traveler. We're trying to go out and see the world. We're not trying to adventure. We had our fun going around saving the townspeople.
We also have 2 daggers.
We're trying to get out there in the world.
I love daggers. So, and we have 2.
Yeah, I mean self-defense, you know?
Yes, self-defense. Okay, moving right along to our like actual sorcerer stuff. So something to consider in the story element of this, like backstory element of this, is what gave us magic, because it could either be an event or it could be like through our ancestry. So that's something to think about as we're continuing. But we have arcane magic infused in us, and we're not going to go over cantrips and spell slots or like picking them, because there are so many spells and there are so many cantrips, and we're just building the base structure and storytelling aspects of this.
They'll probably have fireballs though.
Yeah.
Fireball's your go-to.
Probably. You know, yeah, and that's true. And we do know something to consider with spellcasters, which a sorcerer is a spellcaster, is that there's a lot of spells listed in the source books, but you can only choose them if they are sorcerer spells in the most general sense. There is also like certain level spells that you can only cast, which if you go to look up what a sorcerer is or what any kind of class is, there's a chart at the top that explains to you how many cantrips you know, which are spells that are, they don't need like, it's like a low effort spell, so you don't have to expend stuff for it. You can just cast them. In general, you can just cast them whenever. And then there's the spells that you know, so the ones that you've learned. And at different levels, you have different amounts of slots, because you can't just cast spells willy-nilly all day. You have to space it out, because you're only able to do so much in a day.
I think
So,
I think D&D is the first system I've come across where spells weren't like mana based, because I feel like I've played a lot of like video games or other games where like magic was treated like a bar, and like each spell took up a certain amount of that bar, and then once you were out, that's how many spells you would cast at that moment. But you can refill stuff with like mana potions and stuff. But yeah, D&D is the first system I've had where it's like it's a set amount of spells per day.
Exactly. And with the spells, and this is like kind of the mechanic of it, our spellcasting ability is charisma for the sorcerer spells, which again is why we have proficiency on the saving throws for charisma as well as constitution, but that's not what we're talking about here. The things that are important for you to know before you start playing is your spell save DC and your spell attack modifier. So the spell save is if you cast a spell that the enemy has to roll a save. So if you cast a spell that's someone has to like jump out of the way to avoid, the spell save is like they have to meet that to be able to jump out of the way. Which, the math part, spell save. Do you have it, Mark?
Ah, wait. Hold on.
I do have it, so I can do it. I just was asking to see.
Oh, okay. But wait, I think I had missed the question. Sorry.
That's okay. So our spell save is going to be 8 plus our proficiency bonus, which we're building a level 3 character, so we can look, and that's +2. So 8 plus 2. And then our charisma modifier, because we use that, is +3. So 8 plus 2 plus 3. 13 is our spell save DC. This will change as we get stronger and level up. It's one of those things to look at as you level up, because it does change. I say this because I did not check. And it was supposed to be higher.
It's how you get more powerful.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Next up, though, we have our spell attack modifier, which is just our proficiency bonus, +2, and our charisma modifier, so it's +5 total. And these are just for spells that it's like a targeted spell, so you have to roll your d20 to hit, and you add 5 to it.
Mm-hmm. Them's the works.
That's the works. And our spellcasting focus again is our arcane. It's our rod.
Our good old rod.
I hate it. I hate how many times I've had to say that word. It's fine.
A reliable rod. Okay, yep. We're moving on.
Okay, so our sorceress origin, which this clues into that where we get our magic, is something that we get to roll for, because this is kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but this is kind of like the sorcerer's version of the subclass. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like, because like the sorcerer's origin is how you'll get to choose the different. So it makes you different from other sorcerers, basically.
Right.
for the sorcerer's origin.
Different than other classes, a sorcerer gets this at first level instead of at second or third level. Like, the reason we're building third level characters is so that we can get that subclass rolled and added to things. But for a sorcerer, it's your origin, so you get it at first level, baby.
First level.
So, I'm gonna need you to roll a I had it here and then it said gotta go a D8.
D8?
Yes.
All right, let's go for it. Jeez. That is a 4.
A 4. We have wild magic. Woo!
Oh man.
Wild magic sorcerer. Oh my gosh. I am excited. This also means that things are complicated, right?
Oh my god, wait. What if that's why they never did magic beforehand? They were just like, I'm just gonna be a chariot driver for all my life. But being a wild magic sorcerer, they weren't able to control their magic at all. And so now they want to go on an adventure and be
yes.
Now they want to control their magic. And this is how they made their family disappear. It's because they didn't have control of their magic.
Oh my gosh, Marc. Okay,
and that's why their neighbors were like, go away. We don't want you here anymore.
So okay. So wild magic. Our innate magic comes from the wild forces of chaos. This is honestly perfect with how unhinged I'm feeling today. So I relate to you, my tiefling friend. Okay. So we might have endured exposure to some form of raw magic, perhaps through a planar portal leading to limbo elemental planes or the far realm. Which, again, that aspect of it, where the magic tied in, that could be from the world that your dungeon master creates. If you're doing a planned campaign, maybe it's something that, a pre-written campaign that there's a source book for, maybe there's something specific that you can relate to, or if your dungeon master is creating the story from scratch, maybe they have something, and this is creating the story from scratch, homebrew. Maybe there's something that they can tap in with you on this, which is so cool. Okay, it also says, perhaps you were blessed by a powerful fey creature or marked by a demon, or your magic could be a fluke of your birth with no apparent cause or reason. However it came to be, this chaotic magic churns within you, waiting for any outlet. I love it. It makes so much sense, you guys. It makes so much sense.
Super good. I was also looking some stuff up.
Yes.
Some other stuff. I realized pyromancy is a sorcerer's origin option for sorcerers. I think that's just for a Magic the Gathering campaign, but it says right here, it's not tied to any specific setting or story. Ooh. Pyromancy is probably what I would pick if I was building another sorcerer.
Yeah.
But wild magic is very good.
Excited. Okay, so the big thing about wild magic is that I'm just gonna read. I don't want to try and paraphrase because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But we have wild magic surges. So this means that our spellcasting can unleash surges of untamed magic. So immediately after we cast a sorcerer spell of first level or higher, the DM can have us roll a d20. There's also a bigger chart for this, if I'm wrong. If I'm right, I mean. I think there's is there not a D1000 table for wild magic somewhere?
Yeah, so the default wild magic search table is just D100, but people have made D1000, I think, or just 1,000 different options for how your magic could go wrong or right.
Exactly. And I think if Michaelie did text me a little bit earlier that she was jealous that we're making a tiefling folk hero. because her first character was a tiefling folk hero.
Aww.
Yeah, which I forget that she was a tiefling, but
Yeah.
yeah, she had in a campaign that Michaelie was DMing, one of the characters was a wild magic sorcerer, and I think she used Michaelie used a D1000 table, or maybe it was more.
It could have been more.
I just love the chaos that comes with wild magic surges.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing to remember as you're playing a sorcerer is if it's a sorcerer spell, first level or higher, and it's not just that. It's if you roll a 1, then you roll on the wild magic surge table to make a random magic effect.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen once per turn. If it's a spell, if the I can't speak. If the effect is a spell, it's too wild to be affected by meta magic. If it normally requires concentration, it doesn't require concentration in this case. The spell lasts for the full duration. So look through some of these effects, Marc, and tell us. Yeah. Tell us one or two of your favorites. Are you looking at a chart right now? If not,
I have the wild magic surge table up. Like you were saying, it's having wild magic basically means there's a chance where every time you do a spell, you could get some either harmful or helpful magical effect that might happen. For example, one of the wild magic surge options, I love this option. You cast Fireball as a 3rd level spell centered on yourself. So basically, you explode, and then you harm yourself and everyone else around you. And it's just...
Yep. But then there's also ones like you regain 2d10 hit points. So.
Yeah, which is, like, I would consider that pretty helpful, especially at low level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of the other options is you can cast magic missile as a 5th level spell, which is I like that a lot.
It's amazing and it's chaos. Okay, wow, I love it. Okay,
I want to point out one more.
Yes, of course.
Should I say? Okay, wait. I just for one of the options is. You cast Polymorph on yourself. If you fail the saving throw, you turn to a sheep for the spell's duration. Don't you love being able to cast magic and you have the random chance of turning yourself into a sheep? For however long.
I love sheep. Look at this. Look at him. Handsome.
Oh, he's so cute.
I would love for that to happen to me.
Oh man, I want to play Wild Magic Sorcerer so bad.
Yeah, well, you could play this one. Which also, something else we get at 1st level is called Tides of Chaos, which is where we can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to gain advantage on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So once we use this, we have to do a long rest before we can use it again. Also, anytime before we regain the use of this feature, the DM can have you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell of 1st level or higher, and then you regain the use of this feature.
It's,
That's
for that...
Sounds... Yeah. I'm a little confused by that, but...
It's like, you basically have the chance of giving yourself advantage on a d20 roll, and then, but if you want to have that chance again, you need to roll on the Wild Magic Surge table. And then, yeah. Yeah, you need to roll the Wild Magic Surge table after you cast a 1st level spell or higher, and then you get Tides of Chaos back.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Moving right along, at 2nd level, we get something called Font of Magic, which is us tapping into the magic within ourselves, within yourself.
Magic within ourselves.
Yeah, the magic inside, the magic that was in you all along.
Yeah.
It's
every sorcerer ever taps into the magic of friendship.
Yes,
that's
Marc.
what it's all about.
Absolutely, but you know, that magic is actually not friendship; it's sorcery points. The friendship, though, it's very good. It's very good. Very absolutely.
Tomato.
You know. All right, so we have sorcery points, right? That's the tapping in, and at second level we get 2 sorcery points, and we gain 1 additional point every time we level up. Max is 20 at level 20. We never have more sorcery points than shown on the table for our level, and we regain our sorcery points after we finish a long rest. So the sorcery points can be used for a variety of things. We can gain additional spell slots, sacrifice a spell slot to get a sorcery point, and then as we reach higher levels, we can do more stuff. But the creating spell slots is a bonus action. And those extra spell slots disappear after a long rest because our sorcery points come back.
I haven't played a sorcerer, but just reading about it, sorcery points basically sound like the way you're able to be more flexible with spells compared to other spellcasters. And if we're moving on to meta magic, maybe. I don't know if that's what you were gonna look at next.
Yeah, sorry, the sound cut out for a second there. But yes, meta magic is our ability to twist spells to suit our needs. So we get 2 the following options of our choice.
Yeah.
Choices. Okay, hold on. Let me just write out meta magic.
Are we gonna roll for the meta magic?
We are gonna roll. So we get
Oh my god, what? Okay.
3rd level.
Yeah.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. There are 8 that I see here.
Oh.
So roll me a d8, please. 2 d8, actually.
Oh, okay.
2 d8.
Oh, jeez. That is a 7 and a 6.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. One of them was a d10, sorry.
Great.
The first one is a 6.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Alright, so we get the Quicken spell. So that's when you cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action, we can spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time to a bonus action for this casting. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So, I've been thinking of combos with this. So it's the kind of thing where you could cast a cantrip, like Firebolt or something, but then with Quicken spell, because normally it's action economy is really weird in D&D, but basically with Quicken spell you could do a cantrip like Firebolt, and then with Quicken spell do Fireball. So you could do a spell and a cantrip in one turn with bonus action and then action.
Yeah. So we get that one. Very cool. And we also get something called Twin Spell. When you cast a spell that targets only one creature and does not have a range of self, which is listed on the spells, you can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature in range with the same spell. You only have to use 1 sorcery point if it's a cantrip. But to be eligible, the spell has to be incapable of targeting more than 1 creature at the current level. So Magic Missile would not be eligible, but Ray of Frost or Chromatic Orb would be, because it just targets the 1. That's cool.
Yeah. Basically giving yourself 2 targets instead of just the 1 target.
Amazing. I love it. I love it.
Let's go.
Right. And I think that's all we have for our sorcerer, which feels like not too much compared to what I thought, but
yeah,
I think it's because a lot of it is choosing the spells that we want and the flavor of stuff.
Mhm.
Very cool. I love it very much.
Wild magic sorcerer.
Amazing. Okay. We're about to do my favorite part.
Ooh.
Do you know what's up next, Mark?
Are you gonna say it?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
We're gonna roll on the potato.
Oh my god. Oh. Let's go. I get to roll on the potato. Oh my god.
Yes, you do, Mark.
Hey, so Claire, what's the potato?
The potato. It's personalized obscure traits about tenacious onions. Because this table, Michaelie and I made and are continuing to add to, it's random traits about characters that maybe suggest some story things or are related to their appearance or their habits. Just like fun, cute, fun, flirty things to add traits and qualities to our characters that we thought would be fun.
Yeah. Give them a little extra something something.
A little extra something something, yeah. Okay, so
I would love...
What?
I don't know. What if one of your potato options was just feels like a Star Wars protagonist? If we're going on the Star Wars theme.
Well, I'm gonna add that. Honestly, I'm gonna add it. It might not make it into the current, but it'll come back around. It'll come back around to us, and then we'll be like, oh my gosh.
I don't even know what that means, though.
Who knows? It's what you make it. Life's
true.
What you make it, right? Let's make it rock.
Maybe. I'm here for it. Feels like a Star Wars protagonist. Okay, what am I rolling?
So, it is, I will say, we're still in the month of June. Once again, Happy Pride. And because
Happy Pride.
Of the fact that it's Pride, we have an extra table, which is a smaller table. It's our Pride table. So we're going to roll a couple potatoes, and then we're going to roll maybe one or two on our Pride table that we made. But let's start with the potato. Mark, can you roll me a D100?
Right, D100. I'm using Spider-Man dice. They are red and blue.
Ooh.
You probably can't see them that well, but trust me when I say they're Spider-Man dice. 66.
66.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Can only speak in rhymes.
Oh man.
Which I mean, maybe it's one of those subtle things, and we're so charismatic, people don't notice it. You know what I mean?
Because he uses one word, into sentences in one words all the time. It's he ends sentences with one word all the time, and it's you don't even notice that he rhymes.
Honestly, that would be a wise strategy if you were gonna play this character and actually stick to that, because otherwise I think I would probably go crazy trying to just make sure everything I said rhymes.
Coming up with rhymes all the time would definitely be a time.
Yes. I'm gonna
it's basically
add
it's almost
long distant rhymes to this.
Yeah, it's almost like Yoda, but if Yoda rhymed all the time. Are we Yoda? Is that what we'll become? Because we are a sorcerer. We do deal with magic.
Oh my goodness.
Jetty.
No idea. No idea. Alright. Let's roll another. Give me another D100, please.
I shall give another D100, but I love Marshall's suggestion of the double haste of like for a quicken spell, I think.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's beautiful.
Double haste. I'm here for it. D100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh geez, one fell. Oh god. Wait, no, wait, hold on. I need to. That is 75.
75. Marc.
I'm ready.
Listen, don't look at it. I know you have access to it. Don't look at it.
I just have the zoom up.
Okay. So, I think Michaelie and I have both determined that the fact that we randomly roll characters does not make them random. Everything fits together.
Right.
Just like 75 is talks in backward sentences, Yoda style. Yoda style. It's in parentheses. I don't remember who.
Oh my god!
So yes,
This is it.
to answer your previous question, Marc.
This is
Yeah.
it. This is the Yoda origin story. This is how Yoda came to being, or our version of Yoda into this D&D world. Talk in rhymes, does he?
Oh no. Oh no. This.
How do you even do that?
I have no. I don't know. I think we should roll another because these are both about speech, and I think if someone were to feasibly want to play this character, which you totally can, absolutely, these might be more optional things that you may or may not want to do, because that is tough. I'm so sorry. I'm beeping all over the place.
Beep beep. Did you want me to roll again, or?
Yeah, let's do another on our potato, because
Alright.
they're both very sentence. I wanna know something.
Spice it up a little. So this, I rolled a 0 on the one that's like on one of the D10s. I don't know if like and then I rolled a 40. I don't know if that means 40 plus 10 or if that's just 40.
I think that's just 40.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Has an arch nemesis.
Oh my god. What if they didn't even want to have an arch nemesis, but because their magic is all over the place, they affected someone, and then they were like,
"Oh no, accidental!"
Because
we're lawful good. It's totally
accidental arch nemesis.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to also have us roll on our pride table. Let's do
pride
that
table.
before we jump into the. So I need a D10.
D10. Oh, okay. Actually, nah, this is good. D10. As a 2.
I think we've already used this one, so let's roll another.
Rolling. Roll a 7.
We haven't used this one. Has a slit in their eyebrow. We are so cool.
This is me.
This is you, Marc.
Shout out to when I had a slit in my eyebrow for like a month. I think that was sometime last year.
How frequently do you have to like remake it?
I mean, the eyebrow hair grows back pretty fast. Well, for me. So, but I didn't like reshave it or anything again. So it was just there for a hot second, and then maybe Jetty reshaves theirs.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Or maybe they have a scar. Ooh.
Ooh, maybe they do have a scar.
Like a tiny scar that you wouldn't even notice unless you look up close, and then from far away, it just looks like an eyebrow slit.
Hmm.
You
That's
know?
cool. I like it. I like it. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's review what our stuff is here. Okay. We are a lawful good,
Mm.
tiefling, sorcerer, wild magic sorcerer. We're a folk hero though. Basil Bull, I refuse to say it the right way, is our the type of tiefling we are. Um we only speak common and infernal, which is cool. I feel like sometimes the background gives us extra language, but we don't have any more. We have we believe in fairness and equitable solutions. Respect is important to us. We're looking for our family. And someone saw us has like a shameful secret of ours and we can never return home because of it.
Mm-hmm.
From our past. Okay, we have quicken spell, twin spell. I think that's maybe a little less story inclined. We have 2 name options here. I know we've been talking about Jetty as like a nickname to go by. We also have Minnie though.
Yeah.
Considerations.
See, to be perfectly honest, before Marshall mentioned Jedi Daya, I was wondering if Jetty was their past name before they left their neighborhood, and then Minnie was just the name they started going by when they were a chariot driver. You know, Minnie is just like the nickname that stuck.
Why do we have the nickname Minnie? And is it only by the people we... Well, as a reminder, chariot driving is not carriage driving, which is what my brain said the whole time. But... So chariot driving is... is this more of a sport type thing?
I had... Oh, that's a good question. I mean, like, I had imagined it of carrying the noble around everywhere. But
okay,
like, I mean, yeah, it is.
This is such a weird thing for us as a sorcerer to be. I know we're focusing a lot on this chariot driving. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Which is why.
Mm-hmm.
So we... Okay. Something brought us away from home when we were little. Something shameful,
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking
It was probably
about
the wild magic. Like,
the wild magic.
The wild magic. The wild magic probably did something to our family, and then the neighborhood was like, "Why did you do that?" But like, Jetty probably banished the family or something, and that's why they can't see them.
This is our arch nemesis. This was our arch nemesis. Is that? Okay, I just rolled on the wild magic surge just to see. I know that we don't really get it till first level, and maybe that's before this, but just for fun, maybe we accidentally casted fly on some guy. Just a random somebody, and they took great offense to it and decided that we were enemies. So I'm trying to think of how that's shameful.
Well, okay, let me roll on the wild magic surge. So, what do we do to our family? I rolled 63. So, fog cloud centered on yourself. That's kind of lame for our backstory. Oh boy, hold on. 59.
What if do you think that we grew up around other tieflings, or do you think that we grew up outside of that environment?
Uh, hmm. I think maybe around other tieflings. It was just like a tiefling neighborhood, and then they accidentally did something to their family. So, like, not only did Jetty do something to their family, but what's it called? Like, not only did Jetty do something to their own blood family, but the people like who looked like Jetty had started being like they cast them out of their neighborhood.
So we did something really absurd.
Yeah.
That embarrassed our. But did we
blood kin, I guess?
Did we? Because if we embarrassed them, and then but we still want to find them. Do you think like maybe it was something that was. Because we're a folk hero, so we're able to blend in with commoners.
Yeah.
So maybe it's that we did some extravagant magic in this common place. And so we were taken away, and that's how we are a chariot driver for. That's why we're a chariot driver, because chariot driving is for fighting and stuff. So maybe they were like, oh my gosh, this kid is like, it's got magic and stuff, and that's not cool here, because they could rise up and defeat us or something. I don't know. But and so the family that we're put with, or the people that we're put with, are like morally very good and respectful and stuff, so that's what we really grew up with. Does that feel like the right direction? There's no right direction, but does that feel like the one we want
to work with? Yeah, I feel that. And like when I mentioned like not being able to see their family again, I was thinking of their immediate nuclear family. So like maybe like they did something, Jetty did something to their parents, and then the rest of their family, like cousins and aunts and uncles who were like in the neighborhood, were like, why did you do that? We're gonna banish you now. And so what were you saying? What are you saying the transition is from like their family to ending up as a chariot driver?
So I think that maybe some like so our like you're saying, our nuclear family knows that we have some sort of weird magic with us, and maybe they don't get it totally, but they're like, we're not gonna do anything. We're just stay inside more often or something. And then something happens that makes this big show of our magic in the neighborhood. So our extended family sees this big show, if we're talking about living around our family, and they are less okay with it, and they don't want any trouble, so they maybe report us. And maybe this extravagant crazy thing that happened is the reason we have the slit in our eyebrow. And so then people take us, and we're raised in a nice place, but it ends up being like associated with chariot driving in some way. Does that feel? Yeah,
I definitely feel that. Maybe it's like I wonder if it's sort of thing where the parents like treated Jetty nicely, but their kid was like the spoiled one and demanded Jetty drive them around everywhere, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
It's not. I don't think we drive around though. That's a carriage.
Oh, okay.
The chariot is the one, which it's honestly kind of funny. Imagine, so we're in this other family, and maybe the father figure in our family, or the mother figure, it doesn't matter. One of the parental figures in our life that's taking care of us is a chariot driver. And so they're trying to like give us a craft or something that we can do. So they teach us how to drive a chariot, but we are abysmal at it. We're so bad at it because we have no dexterity and we can't. Am I on the path?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel that.
Cause then we are so bad at driving this chariot, but we still practice. We're still diligent about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then some natural disaster happens, and we know the only thing that we can do is help people by pulling them on that chariot, you know?
Yeah, pulling them on a chariot and getting them out of the disaster. What is the disaster now at this point?
That's right, the natural disaster.
Yeah.
Natural disaster.
You tell me you don't have an encyclopedic list of natural disasters in your head?
You know. I guess the thing about this, though, is that a natural disaster list only includes the ones that... Are there fantasy natural disasters that we're...
Oh, man. Yeah.
Missing out? Does anybody have any feelings about what type of natural disaster they might have? And maybe,
Claire.
Yes, Marc.
What if they caused the natural disaster?
Oh my god. Yeah.
What if Jetty caused the natural? Because I was thinking, like, has there ever been any magical accidents in D&D? But like, that's what wild magic is. Is everything Jetty's fault?
Do we know that it's all our fault, or are we unaware? Maybe we're unaware.
Maybe we're unaware this time, but
Maybe
they do know they gotta.
We're suspicious of all these things happening around us.
Oh yeah. Maybe, and then that's when they're suddenly like, "Oh, I've been magical this whole time." Yeah. Oh yeah. What if they didn't even know that they made that? What if they didn't even know they made that one arch nemesis fly? What if they didn't even know they did something to their family? They didn't even know they caused this natural disaster.
Yep.
What if, like, at that point, like, it's like retiring from chariot driving as a kind of like traveling the world. They're traveling the world to control their magic now that they realize they've been magical.
I don't even know if we started chariot driving. I think we know how to do it, but I think maybe we saved the people, but we are terrible at it. We know enough to do it, but no one would employ us.
Yeah, that disaster was just kind of adrenaline kind of thing of like, we need to save everyone right now, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very much here for that.
Oh, cool. I love it. All right. Amazing. Okay. And you know, the whole oh my gosh, the speech stuff can only speak in rhymes and talks in backward sentences.
Oh, we're keeping both of those.
It's hilarious to me because we're so charismatic. We have to figure out how to make it work. Because it does work for us somehow.
It's because we're like the wise old mage. Like, we're turning into Yoda. That's basically what it's on. One of our speech features is like talking Yoda-like. So.
Truly. Oh my gosh. So we think that maybe. Do you think our parents called us Minnie and Jetty is like Jedediah? However else you're supposed to say. Do you think that maybe Minnie is our like family name? But then Jetty is like the name that.
Yeah, Jetty is the name that the noble family gave us.
Yeah, Do you, maybe?
I
Well, I could see it both ways. But what do we want? I guess what do we want to go by as we start adventuring?
as I start an adventure. I mean, I've been saying Jetty as a poor attempt to be funny, but I don't know. What are you feeling?
I'm trying to think about if there's maybe a reason why one or the other.
I
Do
could
you
roll
think
for it.
maybe I don't know why Minnie makes me feel like maybe that's the family one, and maybe it's like a family nickname.
Hmm.
One of my like distant cousins or something. I don't actually know what I can't remember what his actual name is, but the family I think called him baby brother for a lot of his young childhood. So maybe
Hmm.
Minnie is like our family, the name that our family calls us, and
Mm.
maybe there's like a longer version of Minnie that it's like branched off of, or maybe it's not even related. But
Yeah.
maybe we're smaller. Like I know we're medium because we're a tiefling, but as a child maybe we were extra frail because we didn't go outside too much because maybe our parents thought we were like sick, but actually we were just a sorcerer.
Hmm.
Does that? I feel
I could.
like that makes sense, and even though maybe Minnie could be seen as like, oh wow, it's a small child named Minnie, it's, but I don't think we have to look at it that way.
Yeah.
And then
I'm not.
the
I was just like thinking about like a wild magic sorcerer of what if like I just thought
ooh,
it'd
I'm
be
gonna
funny.
just jump over to this real quick. Don't know
Are
what
you good?
happened, but we're at the end anyway.
Well, here we are. Do we do?
Yeah.
Wait, did we
Well,
just
no, you
finish?
can keep going with what you were saying.
Ah, yeah.
There was a tech kerfuffle,
Kerfuffle.
but we're already so close. I just carry on.
Okay. Um, I was just thinking about the for a wild magic sorcerer of like somebody who had caused a lot of accidents to different people. I was wondering what it would be like if like when they're out adventuring, they didn't even like realize that like while they're out adventuring, they still don't even realize that they're magic. Like just cool things happen to them sometimes, and it takes other adventurers to point out to Jetty, like, no, I'm pretty sure you're magic, you know?
Yeah, no, I like that, and I also like what Marshall said about maybe what our first like wild magic surge made us shorter, and that's why our nickname is Minnie. I like that.
Mm,
That's very
yeah.
good. Oh my gosh, wild. I like it. It makes sense, as it always does. Apparently, I I would love for us to roll a character that actually feels random and not connected. But I think it's also that you, you at least my brain tries to make connections
Yeah.
immediately. So I feel like it's gonna be almost impossible to make a random character. You know.
Mm. The human, like, it's like Doctor Who said, the humans are just hardwired for like connections everywhere, like seeing connections in like everything.
Exactly.
So even if it's just like that would be really interesting to see, like with different traits that aren't even connected to each other at all, and they're all just like, but somehow they all just like come together. There's been like moments on stream where it's like, Michaelie has wondered how this has possibly made sense, but you were like, well, every time you were like, I see it, Michaelie, I see it.
Exactly. But you know, it is pretty incredible to me that we've been talking about Star Wars and it's just keeps happening. But it's good. It's good. I'm glad. I'm happy with with our lovely Jetty, even if I feel a little bamboozled.
It's fine because we call him Jedi.
It's
Well,
fine. It's fine.
He's not Jedi Daya. He's just Jedi.
It's not Jedi Daya.
Yeah, he's Jedi, previously known as Mini, and has had a whole bunch of accidents happen to them over and over, until they finally decide to go out and be an adventurer and possibly control what they couldn't control before.
Exactly.
Boom.
I love them. They're very cool.
Boom. Character. Totally not a self-insert.
Totally not. Yeah, if you ever want to play this character, Marc, like, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about it. If like, I'd be happy to step back into this one. And
I feel honestly the whole time I've been like, oh, tiefling. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like, I have to talk in rhymes and also talk backwards like Yoda.
You don't have to do that. I think that's the where you can decide to do whatever.
What if it feels like often talks like Yoda, and then often talks in rhymes too?
Yeah, it could be that. Maybe it's when they're about to give a big important thing, when they're about to say something important.
Yeah. Whenever they get their
or
Yoda,
when they say something insightful.
Yeah. But what's Jedi's wisdom?
+1, 13.
Okay. So like, but we are very charismatic. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's the kind of wisdom where the way we say it.
Exactly.
Like what we say might be nothing, but it's the way we say it that
the
people
way
are like.
We say it.
Yeah, that people are like, wow.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, we made a character. The stream didn't descend in fiery chaos like I thought it might.
No. Listen, let's give a round of applause for Claire for learning so much for this past week and managing to put all of this together, putting this stream together. My duties were to look stuff up and roll dice. Claire has done so much today.
I feel like I could go run a mile or something. Probably not. I'd get tired after 20 seconds, but the feeling, you know what I mean? The like energy and stuff.
Do it.
And I'm also, if we're doing like mini rounds of applause, Marc also deserves one because they just jumped right in, and I'm so glad, so thankful. I hope that all of you have had a lovely time hanging out on stream, suggesting the best names, and being sneaky and clever with your names. Good job. I'm glad I'm not picking the names.
Clever girl.
But yeah, so I will say next week.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Michaelie is also still gonna be gone, so you'll be prepared to join again for the chaos times with a new friend, which we'll figure out who that is, or I know who that is. You'll figure out who that is soon, so keep an eye out.
Is it gonna be Tiger? Is it gonna be Tiger friend?
No, but one day you're just gonna see me and this guy. It's just gonna be the two of us. And it'll be peak chaos, and I think that is gonna have to be more planned than spur of the moment. But I would love to. It's so dumb, but I would love to do it. I don't know if you guys want to see that, but
I very much want to see that. I'll tune in for that.
He's a great conversationalist. I'm sure you've noticed him whispering in my ear. That's where I get all my good ideas, so I don't know what'll happen if I have to.
Does he actually have the brain cell? Does he actually have the brain cell among the three of you?
It's possible.
Oh man. But
that would explain a lot.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me to hop on because this was a really fun time. It was awesome getting to create one of my favorite races, tieflings, and develop them into the way that they did.
Absolutely. Happy to have had you here. And I hope everyone's had a good time. I've said it already, but I really want to make sure you had a good time. And I suppose we'll see you next week. We're also on social media. We have Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and we upload these to YouTube. So if you missed part of it and you want to see the rest of it, it'll be there, I think, by Thursday, if all goes well. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and I can't wait to see you next week. Have a good day, good night, good rest of your week. And thank you for joining us.
Have a good morrow, y'all.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
bye.